Hi, guys.
Happy birthday to us.
Happy birthday to us. We're 3.
We're 3 today.
Yay.
I don't know how we got it.
Yeah. It's a lot of us talking nonsense.
Yes, it's
Thank you to everyone who's been here. If you've been here since day 1.
We've robbed 156 hours of your life.
Sorry about that. But no, thank you very much for everyone for sticking around for the last 3 years.
Sticking around.
Sticking around. Or if you're new, welcome. Hi. Happy birthday to us.
Happy birthday to us.
Yeah, cheers. Cheers.
Oh, cheers.
The cup's not very full, but cheers.
Cheers. You didn't even drink it. Aren't you supposed to drink after you cheers? Is that what you were doing at your wedding? You kept on cheersing everybody so you could keep drinking.
No, I was just drinking.
I saw lots of cheers.
Yeah, because it was a celebration.
So did you do that on your honeymoon too?
Yeah.
What about your Only Farts page? Got all 3 of them in.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Well, Beck was criticising me on my lighting.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were, while I was setting up.
What do you mean?
You were criticising me.
No, I wasn't.
Because you learned your lighting at uni.
I didn't go to high school.
High school. Oh, so I can't call you a uni student.
No, I didn't go to... sorry, today I'm drinking D'Angelo Sad Shiraz from...
D'Angelo's.
I don't know where it's from. The Langhorne Creek. I think I've had this one before. It's nice. Sorry, yeah, no, I didn't do uni. I modelled for a lot of uni students.
I thought you did photography.
In high school.
Then why would you do uni-type pictures, uni student pictures? You went out and bought an octopus and put it on somebody's head.
Yeah.
That is so uni students.
I know.
Well, you were doing this before uni.
Yeah, this was in high school. I didn't go to uni to do photography, but I did quite a bit of modelling for a lot of uni students, though.
And did they make you put an octopus on your head?
No, I think one of them, though, one was like some circus theme and I was wearing some ill-fitting bodysuit and I had like a white painted, I was like meant to look like some doll and my face was like painted white and I had really curly hair as well. And it was like this whole big setup. I think there was like smoke machines and hay barrel. It was like this whole big thing.
But I always feel bad when I say that. Even when I'm setting up, it looks like a uni student. Because it's not like I'm dishing.
I'm not putting them down, it's just...
I'm just remembering what I did in the really early days, which were just so cliche, so story in the face. And yeah. I was working on some stuff for a new Inspire, talking about what makes a good photo type of theme. I was just searching everywhere on the internet for about an hour. It was amazing how many pictures of even models we know, and all of a sudden a picture comes up, my first thing, oh, so uni student. Because it doesn't do the photographer any good, it does the model no good at all. It's like too cliche, it's too...
Like costumey.
Yeah, too costumey or too over. Like even... We've got the clothes that we wanted to shoot, and we take the test shot and go, uni student.
Not putting uni students down.
No, but it's sort of like not polished, not thought out,
yeah, it's
not
like when
too rushed.
When you first start out and you've got all these big, great ideas, and then you try and put every single idea into one photo.
Yeah. And then give it some steroids as well.
But it's because like you've just started, you're really excited, and so because of the excitement, you're like, let's just put absolutely everything I can think of into this photo, and let's make this.
Well, the thing I see is a big difference. I say to photographers, they should just do stupid stuff, but the people who do that aren't. If you're just in a studio or you're with a model and you just decide, let's just see what happens, just play. We'll do stupid, dumb ideas and don't go over the top with thinking about anything. You just try things. You might try shooting through gaps indoors and do all this stuff. That's not what I call a uni student. The thing that I sort of think as uni student is the person is creating a picture to present to their lecturer to get a pat on the back. Or, you follow me? It's like I'm trying to think up the coolest content so my lecturer or the class thinks I'm so good.
Yeah.
That means they're over trying. They're not actually, it's like shock jockeying. They're trying to do something thinking they've got to add all this shit in it to make a good picture, whereas a really good photographer is more like a Coco Chanel. Take one piece out rather than put a piece in. Let's get rid of stuff rather than add stuff.
And also I think when the story's just so blatantly in your face, I think it's nicer if the viewer has to think about it and come up with their own story. Am I making sense?
Yeah, but that's something I talk about a lot on workshops.
Yeah.
So, and I can even do it with people listening now. If with an author, he'll write a passage, and the passage could be simple. There's an old house on the hill, there's a tree sitting up there, there's a picket fence, and there's a dog that runs back and forward on the picket fence every time the postman turns up. Mm-hmm. I just say, everyone, can you picture this scene? Can you picture what your house looks like, the dog looks like, the postie looks like, the tree, what the type of fence looks like? And once they say yes, I say to them, so what was the dog? And everybody picks a different dog because that story is now theirs.
Yeah.
Whereas if the author put a picture of that up, the story is not the reader's anymore, it's the author's story. But you're going to get people more hooked into a story if the whole story revolves about what they can think about, and then vice versa onto a photo. By having a photo that you just leave it very open, the viewer can put their own story to that photo.
I find it also from a modelling side as well. It's when you say, okay, now think of your favourite place, you're not telling me where exactly that place is, but it's getting me to think about my own thing, whereas someone imparting this full big Moby Dick story of what the whole it's really hard to get a legitimate emotion, because I've been told some story and it might not be what I'm actually vibing.
That, but at the same time as even with the story, so maybe there's a style of feeling I want in the story. I don't know if my version of what makes me feel that way is going to make the model feel that way. I think
that's what I'm trying to say.
So it's not going to work because it's not part of the model story, it's your story. And the amount of times I hear, especially on workshops, and I love the photographers talking and saying that to them, but I still hear them going too in depth of the story,
that's what I'm trying
which
to say.
is not. They're never going to be the model story.
Yes.
And I do it to you sometimes just as a joke. I'll just say, imagine you're on the beach and MGK comes.
But I don't like the beach.
I know you don't like the beach. You follow?
But this is what I'm saying, is if you tell the model,
just go where you want to go.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. So, and the other thing I do say when I'm working with models about getting them into, you could nearly call their safe space in their head, their happy place, is if you ask them to tell you where it is, there's a good chance they might lie. Because where they want to go, they don't want you to know, well, that's my favourite place. Because it might be at Disneyland with Justin Bieber. And they're never going to tell me that's the place. So they're going to lie about where they're going to go. And that way they're not going to give me the expression if they were. So that's why I don't need to know. It's just I like the model to dig down deep. Where's your favourite place in the world?
Yeah.
And who would you want to be there with? And I make it a point.
Don't tell me.
Could be a dog. It could be, I don't need to know. And that who you're with could be anything. Could be a book. And I find that works a lot. You see them think for a second, then you see their whole face expression changes.
Yeah. But yeah, I find if someone does impart a whole big story on me, it's really hard for me to have any kind of emotion.
Yeah, there's a lot of times where I know the look I'm after, I just wouldn't know, I don't know how to make somebody else understand how to feel that way if they don't vibe But it's really hard. It's the whole thing I keep trying to push a lot when I'm teaching is it's not the thought, it's the feel. So we need you to have the thought that makes you feel something. Just having the thought is thinking face. But if I try and implant the thought, but you have no feel for that thought, nothing's going to change in your face.
Yes.
So that's hard. But with all those things, it's no different to like when I was in the AIPP. There's awards, you're obliged to enter if you're a member. And some people would retouch their commercial work to make it more like an award piece, especially if it was cool tones. I would now make it warm tones because the judges loved warm tones, all of these things. And a lot of things that happen is a lot of the judges would also be entering in the awards, but they're setting the tone for everybody else's. This is an award-winning image because the judges are submitting this work. And nobody knows it's their work till after the fact, but a lot of people can still pick whose is whose. But then I saw it on one of the, so I was sitting in on this, judging this picture came up, and it was a slightly gothy looking girl in an underground car park. And it had mixed lighting, tungsten and fluorescent lighting, so there's that sort of cinematography feel about it. She had this sort of weird blotchiness on both of the arms, and she was standing there holding a fire extinguisher. And it had a very filmic type of way it was shot, and the colouring was very filmic. And with the awards, if there's 4 or 5 or 6 judges, and if one judge is more than 7 or 8 or 9% different to the average of the other judges, it needed to be that person who was different had to talk up the picture or talk down the picture, and then all the other judges had to rescore it.
That's such a weird system.
No, it's just basically if someone's so different to everybody else,
That's
they
like
want
why.
that person to explain why.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
And then the other judges can rejudge, and on a lot of occasions, everyone just put the same score back in.
Right.
It's just the second time that's the score. But on a few occasions, whatever the person who either judged it high or judged it low, people would change their score to match. And I watched this picture go from, it was, I think around 70, which was like commercial quality, what's expected of a commercial photographer. Mm-hmm. Nothing more, nothing less. And it went from there to about 95, which was gold with distinction. And even the person who spoke it up, because he couldn't put his score in again, he was now nearly 10% below the top. So everyone else has come up a heap. And all he did was he sort of said to the others, can't you see this story?
The one that judged it high.
The one that judged, yeah. He was first up, and there's like 2 or 3 judges are allowed to talk about it and why they gave it the score they want. And most of the judges are aware that there's a good chance that the artist could be in the room. Mm. And so you can't, it's not about nastiness, it's just talking. And that's why I hate freaking awards. And that. But anyway, I listened to him, and this one judge was talking it up and saying, can't you see, look at the scars on the arm, underground car park, she's holding a fire extinguisher. This has got such a deep story, and he was so subtle in planting out this story. And anyway, it went up and got this gold with distinction, or mine just got gold, it got a high award. And the photographer who took the photo I know quite well, and after it got judged, a lot of people knew that was his picture, congratulating. He went outside for a smoke. I wandered out there and I said, that wasn't the story, was it? And he goes, no, they weren't scars, they're tattoos. I just thought, oh, the fire extinguisher looked cool, can you hold it for a second? But again, because it wasn't blatant of a story, somebody could put a story on it, and all of a sudden everybody else could see this incredible story that wasn't even the story. It was a girl in the car park with a fire extinguisher.
That's pretty funny.
But that's still the case. And I remember there was a picture that I had to enter. I really didn't like it. I entered a picture, and it was a girl on our chair, you know that loungy chair over there? Mm-hmm. She had a typewriter on the ground. She was wearing lingerie, a suspender belt and stockings. And it was just a side-on view like this. Mm. And that's come up. And a lot of the judges judge sort of a certain area, and there's one judge that judged it low. And this judge has got that, I just don't get this picture. No. I don't understand these medical sort of braces things on her legs. Didn't even know what a suspender belt was. And this guy, like, had been a high-end professional photographer. He mainly did stuff like architecture. A lot of his companies who employed him was like shooting structural, shooting like buildings from start to finish, or going to Papua New Guinea and shooting pipelines, like all of this high-end work. And he was an extremely good photographer, but he was very much a commercial, technical photographer.
Yeah.
And he actually, so I didn't care. I didn't really know him that well. I didn't really care what he said. Well, I knew of him, but I didn't worry me what he said at one little bit, so I didn't really care much for the whole how it works. He gave me a phone call that night, and he mentioned his name to me. He goes, "Oh yeah, how are you?" And I couldn't work out why I was doing it. And he apologised. He said, "I didn't realise," everyone came up afterwards, "I didn't realise that's a piece of clothing. And I should have realised you're in the fashion category. And I feel really bad now. And now I looked at all of your work, and I voted down nearly I didn't. So my scoring of nearly all your photos was low, because I was looking at him as a construction photographer, not as an art photographer." And he kept apologising. I said, "I don't care. It's me. It doesn't really. You're not my client. Well, I know my client will love that picture." And I said I was still very happy. I think every one of my pictures still, and this was very early days of me being a member of this association, I said I was still really happy that all my pictures were what's expected as a commercial photographer, or there was one picture that was better than expected. I was 100% happy with this. I'd only been a commercial, like a full-time commercial photographer, like 2 years, and I'd only been a member in this association for a year. And he said, "It's just that your work is just so different to everybody else's." I went on the negative, but then afterwards everyone in the committee was talking on the positive, and I was trying to work out what I didn't get. And it still comes down to eye of the beholder. But still, with creative stuff, and the hardest thing with creative stuff is people try too hard.
Yeah.
They want to hit you in the face with the story.
Yes.
Rather than work on, let's create this really cool picture and have a subliminal message or a hidden meaning or something that people just want to know why. And like movies, the movies that 3/4 away, I'm still going, I don't get it, what's happening, why?
Well, it's like over the weekend I educated Jared on Seven, fantastic movie. He'd never seen it before. But that's got it's like you think it's going one way, then the really awesome ending to it. You're like,
Oh, you've just given away for everybody who hasn't seen it.
I just said the ending of it. I didn't say what happened.
You hate it when I say it's a good twist at the end.
I didn't say what it was.
Oh, it's like the best twist in the world.
I know, it's really good.
And I didn't see that coming.
No.
That it was,
It's really
that
good.
was the seventh sin that hadn't happened.
I know, it's really, now you've just spoiled it for everyone.
No, everyone's seen it by now. If they haven't, they can go and have a party with Jared. He fell asleep anyway. You had to wake him up for the ending. Sounds like something you do.
It's pretty slow, but no, it's really, I like that. I like those like subtlety things like that. You know, like you said, it's much better than being smacked in the face with it. Sometimes being smacked in the face with the story works, but
I need you to finish Squid Games now.
I have.
I have.
Yeah.
So I haven't watched any of it, but I saw one or two little scenes in La Paz. The baby won it.
Yeah.
I just gave it away for everyone. But look, see, I picked that up the second I saw it. So to me, it was so obvious.
So obvious. You're just too...
As I said, I know. It's just,
You're just too
I started
clever.
watching it and just felt like, it just seems same old, same old. They're putting a little twist in, and they kill the twist, and they put a little twist in, they kill the twist. The first one was great for that, but now they need to find a new...
Well, it's over now.
It's over now.
They're not making it again.
Well, they can't go anywhere else, surely.
Well, it's over now. Anyway, I liked it.
I know you liked it. But yes, It was the first scene where a scene when they said, "Oh, person! How can that person be alive? That person died," and the baby had the number. You remember that? He was holding the baby. They were saying, "No, there's only this many people in here. You've just named out."
Yeah.
And that number doesn't.
That's not the first scene, though.
No, it's the first scene I saw the baby.
Oh, right.
Well, I wasn't watching it. She's been watching it.
No, that's like one of the last few episodes.
Yeah, but what I mean, that's when the baby first appeared.
Kind of. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like I knew she was pregnant.
Pregante.
But she wasn't obviously 9 months.
I don't know. Anyway.
Anyway, you're killing me on it. You don't like
It's
it.
not that important, not that riveting of people listening to us dissecting Squid Games.
It was riveting when I liked it. I can't help it. I do like, although it's different, I didn't mind Final Fantasy, and we already know...
Final Destination.
We already know... Like, the first time you see one of these, you don't know the story or the twist. By the time you get to episode 700, you know... But I still felt that was...
Yeah, I still enjoyed it.
It had enough difference.
I think that is a thing, like I was saying, like, yeah, really cool little twists, little subtleties are awesome, but sometimes, yeah, just being smacked in the face with things like Final Destination still works.
But that was a bit different to every other one because of the title.
It was a little bit.
And then it left the door open for things that nobody knew.
Yeah.
Which I really liked.
Yeah.
And that rubbish truck scene's amazing.
It's a good movie. I feel like cheesy horrors.
Cheesy horrors.
Cheesy horrors.
I think I got Cherie back onto them. So I think I'll put Saw on for her now. She hadn't seen the latest Saw.
Excellent franchise.
But anyway, what I was trying to get to in the whole thing is it's really good to be creative, but don't try too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, let it... Once you start trying, it just becomes... I think even we've done that a couple of times with chewing on shoots. We've tried
I've done like I do about old shit and my God.
Way too hard to do something really cool. And then we've just looked at the phone and been like, it looks so try hard. And then you just got to, like you said, Coco Chanel, strip it back. Don't overcomplicate it.
Oh, don't overthink it.
Yeah.
I think it's more the part,
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but that's the creative side.
A creative side.
Creative side.
It's hard though, as well. It's like you will say, it's like cooking. Like it comes down to taste.
It is. If you want something that's really, really tastes like fennel, you put 5 handfuls of it in. But if you just want that subtle little, what's that flavour? Which is so much better, I reckon.
Yeah.
So much better. And there's a couple of the Mexican places that aren't in Mexico. I've gone, there's 2 flavours in it. I can't work out what they are. And that's why I like it so much. Whereas as soon as you get something that just blows your head off with something strong, and you had that while we were travelling, there was some dish you had and you said all I can taste was leek, wasn't it? Or
I think so.
It was something.
But then there was some, what were we having? It was recently, we were eating something and I was like, there's a flavour in here and I can't figure out what it was. And then you tried some and both of us were sitting there like, what is that? I can't remember what it was or where we were. It's all a bit of a blur.
Yeah, 7 weeks of hell.
It wasn't all hell.
Well, when I say hell, it's just with not being able to sleep properly and with my back playing up a bit.
Yeah.
It gets
uncomfortable chairs.
Uncomfortable chairs, not sleeping well at night. Nothing worse than you get into bed and you just don't go to sleep and you just lay there and then 3 hours later you're still just laying there.
That happened to me a few times.
But I was going to... I had a night back once I got back and it wasn't through jet lag, so I don't really get it. But there's something that woke me up and I was so tempted, no, just get up and start working on the computer. If you're just useless, you're just laying here getting annoyed that you can't sleep.
I don't know, just lying there's pretty nice sometimes.
I get frustrated with it.
Sometimes I do. I get frustrated if it's the middle of the night and I know I've got to be up in a few hours and I can't get to sleep and I'm like, oh, I know I'm going to fall asleep 1 hour before my alarm goes off and then I'm going to be rooted all day. Then I get frustrated. Oh, I didn't mean to smack myself so hard.
Oh, it's going to bruise.
But
All your bruises finished now? You didn't have scars to show Jared? No, I'm talking about your knee ones.
I can't see. I'm wearing jeans. I think a new one popped up.
New one popped up.
But I think it came from...
Sympathy bruise.
With wheeling our suitcases, when I get started, I normally get the suitcase and I normally do a little kick with my knee and I think from doing that it bruised me.
So is that why all our suitcases are broken? You knee them?
Just to get the rolling.
Oh.
I just do a little push to get it rolling. And I think
rolly.
Yeah. I don't know why I do that.
I was quite happy because we had 2 suitcases break.
And you fixed
them.
them.
And I fixed one of them. No, we had 3 suitcases. My wheel, the handle and the handle.
Wheelie.
But I fixed one of the handles. I've realised one of the other suitcases that I fixed is really good, so that gained me a suitcase. I'm getting ready for America. I want to pack lighter, but I just don't know what to drop. I looked carefully.
Well, even when we did that video the other day.
I looked really carefully. I could most likely, like that, it was a bit handy having the monopod, but then the ball, we used it twice.
That's not really using it.
It's not, yeah. So I can most likely drop that, and that means dropping a ball head.
Well, those things are pretty heavy.
Yeah, and I was just looking at a few things that I don't need to take a keyboard with me because I just can't get in the headspace to write. I do it so I could write in the plane and couldn't get in the headspace.
Well, it's also, we won't be catching trains in America, so it makes things a bit easier. Just need to be careful when booking our flights, make sure that with the weights, I'm scarred after Finnair.
Yeah, but I think
American
Airlines is linked in properly with One World, so that shouldn't be a problem. But it's not just that, it's also the weight does take a toll. Even though we mightn't get second-storey apartments, they still might have 6 steps up to the first.
Yeah, that's true.
And
it's true.
If we cut one bag off, it'd make it so much easier with a lot of the Ubers and that.
True.
I just don't know. I could leave my boots out, but then I've got nothing to wear if we do have a good night.
Well, yeah, what are you going to wear to Dom Dollar?
Oh, yes, I can't wear runners into that. Can I wear a Hawaiian shirt into there?
Yeah.
You reckon I could go in with a Hawaiian shirt?
I think so. I don't know. I can't remember what dress codes are like in Vegas clubs. Well, see, I'm a girl, so I don't really... I love that the prices for different pricing for guys and girls. Guys is more expensive than the girls.
That's racist. Or sexist, sorry. What about, so if I identify as a girl, do I get in cheaper?
I don't know. We got VIP tickets anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, so it didn't have a gender attached to VIP?
No. I just find it so funny.
It is a bit funny. But we see that in friggin' the queues. If the girls are looking hot, they get straight into the queue. Yeah. If you've got...
a group of guys?
No, a couple of girls, but there's the one hanger-on... No, what do they call it?
I don't know.
There's one girl that has a really hot girlfriend.
I don't know.
Oh, there's a name for it. There was a name for it.
It's mean.
No, but what I mean is you've got an average... Like, internally she might be 10 times hotter than the other one, but... On the outside, she maybe dresses a bit average, looks a bit average, and then her best friend's so hot. And the amount of times that they go to let the hot one in, oh, she's with you, no, you can wait in the queue a bit longer. I've seen it used to happen a lot.
That's so hard.
Especially places where the 2 nightclubs used to employ me for their VIP nights. It used to happen a lot, and I'd walk out and I could always see that, oh, I know why they're all not let in yet. And, she should, oh no, but she's with her, that's why they haven't let her in.
That's so superficial.
No, but that's what the clubs are like.
I know. It's also, like, speaking of superficialness, it's no different to, like, what am I trying to say? Like, the fashion industry, and people are like, oh, it's the fashion industry is promoting skinny bodies. It's the consumer that is being superficial, not the industry.
Yeah, but I do love that when some of the people that got older and couldn't have the bodies, that they started going, yeah, I support real bodies, and we should be more inclusive of everybody's body shape. Then Ozempic comes out and all of them went stick skinny. Every single one of the ones that was standing up for what real women look like, once Ozempic came out, they went back to how they used to be.
Oh, the world is so superficial sometimes.
I know, I can't believe it. There was something that came up in my feed, I can't remember which it was on, and it was just showing in the last 3 years all the famous, really hot-looking people had become these little dumpies, old people. No, but they did. They came, and all of a sudden, 2 years later, bang, they're all hot again. Like, couldn't even believe. If Kelly Osbourne walked past me today, I wouldn't even know it was her.
That's like...
She doesn't look anything... If she opened her mouth, I would know it was her, but she looks nothing like her.
Drop the surgeon though, babe. You did a great job. Don't gatekeep. Tell us your secrets,
Christine
please.
Aguilera, she looks hotter than she's ever looked. And now, what, she's 40 or something?
Have you seen
45?
Kris Jenner's new face?
Oh, yes, I know.
Oh my God, she looks younger than... she looks like her daughters.
Yeah, but she's still an old lady on the inside.
Yeah, I know, but just don't gatekeep. Drop the surgeon. Tell us your secrets.
Oh, you don't have the money for that. Drop the surgeon, yeah. A consult's $500,000. And I'll take one look at you and go, starting price is going to be
That's mean.
in the billions.
Mean.
Maybe you need to sleep with Trumpy Bumpy.
No, thank you. I don't like champignons.
Champignons? How do you know? Champignons aren't orange.
It was said in an interview.
I know, I'm stirring you.
I'm not a pot.
Sometimes you are.
So.
What?
What?
Well, you said something the other day.
What did I
It
say?
actually made sense. So I don't know if I want to give her the credit for it.
What did I say? I don't know what I say half the time.
Well, I just got another lens and I'm going to sell... Before I even bought it, I decided that I'm going to buy this lens, and if I sell these 4 other lenses, which I like but never use and cannot see any time ever using them in the future, I can't see me put them in my bag for any reason. They're great little lenses, but I just don't use them. And this new lens I bought, what happens if it becomes one of those lenses? Now, I do know the look of the 2 things I like about it, which my 50 doesn't do. I'm not a fan of the tab. There's a tab thing on a lot of Leica lenses. I don't like the tab.
What's the tab do?
You put your finger in it and move it left and right.
What does it do though?
Focuses.
Ah. You don't
You got a focus ring. Yeah, I'm so used to focusing like this, but now this has a little lump tab that you can put your finger in, but so you can move it really quick. But I just find it really annoying.
It sounds weird. I don't think I would be able to get used to it. I don't even take photos, but I know focusing. Like when I'm doing this, I know the focus, like... No.
Yeah, but the reason I like this lens is because it'll focus down to 0.7 of a metre, whereas the ones that I've got that don't have the tab won't focus down to 0.7 of a metre. They only focus down to a metre, and with the 50mm, I quite often want to be that little bit closer. So I spoke to a guy at a workshop. I was going to test his out, but I actually felt the focus. I thought, this is what I want. I focus 99% of the time on the Leica manual. I said, this is exactly what I want. So I decided, I found a good priced one in good condition. I've ordered it, and when it comes, if it's no good, I'm just going to sell it. I'll most likely get pretty much what I paid for it because it was a really good price. But then there's something you do, so you want to try out new makeup. You go into a shop and try it.
Yes.
Well,
why can't you do that?
Why can't we do that?
I know, I find it because
Well, number one, I'll let you continue, but the very first problem is 90% of the stores nowadays have no stock. It's all buy online. We'll get it sent from the supplier direct to you because we're not going to buy it and have it here for you to even put in your hand.
Weird, because I watch I spend a lot of time doom scrolling on TikTok and see all these beauty gurus doing all these reviews on makeup and stuff, and most of the time they've been sent a PR box or they're being paid to say this. So, but they're going to talk it up and they say, oh, I really like this foundation, I like the way it feels, this, that and the other. But I've learnt the hard way to not just take what they say as gospel. And then now that I'm older and I've learned, I go to
Now you've wasted so much money.
Because
all this shit that you never used.
Trusted what some person said online on some review of some makeup saying how great it is for their skin. I've been like, oh yeah, cool, buy. And then it arrives and I put it on and it does not suit my skin type at all. Obviously it's great for them, but it's not for me. So now I've learned the hard
obviously
way.
It's not great for them. They just got paid to say it's great for them.
But then so I now go to Sephora and I try it out myself. And the amount of times I'll try out a foundation or a primer and I'm like, oh yuck, this is absolutely not for me. I also learnt to not speak to the people. Like if I go in there to try something, I always say I'm just browsing, because the second I say I'm looking for a new foundation, I'm looking for a new eyeshadow, I'm looking for whatever. Oh, well, we've got this. They're just going to sell me whatever they're getting the biggest kickback for, and then they're going to upsell me. So I prefer to just have a look and make up my own mind.
See, I'd have so much fun with that though.
Why?
Oh yeah, no, I just read a review. They test on animals. The next one, oh, no, that's made in like a third world country. The conditions aren't like sanitary, and just completely, I'd have fun doing that.
But I do find it unfair that you guys can't test out lenses. Because
we can to a tiny amount. If you go into a Leica store, they'll allow you to put a lens on the camera in store and take a photo. That's not really testing.
Well, I mean, same as if I go into Sephora, I'm in a makeup store with lighting. And
you can still feel, and you look in the mirror. If we don't have a model and it's got average lighting in there, and we mightn't be able to get someone backlit to see what effect, and mightn't be able to get them in a situation to see what their bokeh is, things like that. So, and I was really lucky with Leica that they actually said, before I actually owned a Leica, they said, here, well, it's not what we really do, but we'll lend you a couple of cameras, go out and have a play. And I think I had 2 days, and I think I shot you and Rara, and I spent at least 4 hours on both of you comparing with my Sony, and then comparing the two cameras and comparing lenses. So I already had some Leica lenses I put on the Sony. But I still find that, and I saw Matt Osborne doing something about, he was really pissed off because he'd watched a YouTuber say this thing was really, really good. And Matt thought, this is exactly what I want. And he got it, and the YouTuber forgot to tell lots of things about it that it couldn't do or didn't do well. And it was just junk. It was a complete waste of his time.
Paperweight.
But in a different word is there was a thing I was just interested to see, someone comparing a Hasselblad the new, not HDX2 with the Leica Q3. And I thought, that's a really weird comparison. You're comparing a medium format with more like a little compact, not interchangeable camera, so, and you're going to do landscape. Well, I wouldn't even buy a Q if I'm a serious landscape photographer. Oh, it's a great camera, but I'm only a landscape photographer. I don't care if this thing's not inconspicuous and small.
Yeah.
Like if you're street photographer, fine, but landscape, it's not like the bear's going to come, oh, look, there's a photographer over there. Look at the size of his lens. Right?
It might. What if the mountain gets scared? What if...
Yes. Anyway, I'm watching
the river stops flowing?
All his answers, you could already see he had a idea where he wanted the winner to be. So anything that Hasselblad was bad at, he would add another thing that the Leica wasn't good at and add it to like he was supposed to be talking about autofocus. The next thing he says, image stabilizer. He says, yeah, well, the Q3 is not as good as Hasselblad's image stabilizer. No, sorry, you said it was focusing before. So you skipped the fact that the Leica left the Hasselblad for dead, but then you gave Hasselblad a point because it had better image stabilizer.
Point.
And my whole thing comes down to, with that, I don't know if there was a bias because he wanted to be nice for Hasselblad because the Hasselblad wasn't his. Hasselblad lent it to him. It's like it was his.
Well, most likely was sponsored them.
Or whatever. Or I don't know if there's certain things I love that other people don't like. So I cannot stand the Hasselblad X2D. To me, I tried it on the workshop and the focus, the blackout time, like the focus was terrible. Blackout time, you can't set up back button focusing. It's so many things. The manual focus feels horrible. There's so many things I didn't like about it and still had its over sharpening and all that crap. But the person who owned it loved it. So who am I to say, and that's where I'm getting from, is I bought a lens that was recommended by somebody and it was supposed to replace this other antique, the Leica lens, which is much more expensive. I got it to out of the box and as soon as I touched the focus ring, I said, I couldn't use this. This is yuck.
Yeah.
So it's really hard. I think a hands-on thing is really important, but because there's so many cameras coming and going, I don't know how you'd ever do it. Like I saw 3 new friggin' reviews come out today.
Can't trust reviews.
No, but what I mean is that means there's 3 new cameras come out.
Oh.
So what store is going to stock every brand new camera that comes out?
Reviews it's so much better. And you know what? I was talking about them. Word salad. That was absolute word salad.
Oh, she's pouring a wine. She can't talk and pour at the same time.
I really appreciated seeing a lot while we were doing our workshops in Europe. A lot of the attendees were exchanging gear with each other just to try it out. Be like, oh, you've got this lens. Would you mind if I...
Yeah, no, that's the best.
I loved seeing that. I loved them each like sharing, like, oh, can I try this? Can I do... It's so awesome to see that.
Whenever we're on places and if, you know, my house, any gear that I've got with me, anyone's welcome to grab it and give it a try. Just say if you've got a memory card to put in so you can take some pictures and take the memory card and you can have a look at yourself. But it's quite funny when... I can't remember what camera it was. Oh, that's right. The guy, and it's nothing against Phase, but the guy had a Phase and he loved his Phase. And Phase make an amazing camera and Hasselblad used to make an amazing camera. And
Shade.
He asked me why I didn't do it, why I had Hasselblad and not Phase. It was a long story. They offered me a lot of money, but at the end of the day, after 3 weeks of shooting with the Phase, I realised I realised it's not my camera. It didn't feel right in my hand. It didn't take the pictures I want. It's not saying it's a bad camera, but it's not to my palette. And he said, so what was your biggest? I said, well, it is heavier. It does feel a little bit more unbalanced than the Hasselblad, but the viewfinder in a Phase is like looking down a tunnel, whereas you're looking at Hasselblad, especially the H6, it's like looking out. It's like someone's just opened the curtains. And this was before my Hasselblad died.
Rip.
I think it was the first workshop.
It was in London.
London. And the guys had a look at it and he goes, oh my God. And I said, yeah, so how do I replace that? And I find it a bit like the reason I do like the SL Leica, I find that compared to the Sony, even though the Sony's supposed to have more friggin' pixels in its viewfinder, I still find that the SL2 and SL2S, the viewfinder feels like you're looking out into somewhere with a... Stop imitating me. See what I have to put up with her? Not talking anymore. You can finish this episode. You're making fun of me. They caught you, those people. Always picking on me, yes.
You're looking out.
I don't want you to give impressions.
Sorry. It's like looking at... We're going to finish?
No, you've killed me. You can all yell at her now because...
No.
You've got to talk for the rest of this podcast.
Is this like when you lost your voice?
Yes, I can't.
That was so weird when that happened.
I don't know what did that.
I know, it was just...
So I didn't get a cold or anything. It was just...
I know, you just all of a sudden wouldn't speak. It was so strange. It was kind of peaceful.
Shut up.
What's really strange though?
It was really strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it lasted a while.
I know.
So we started travelling, didn't we?
It was just before we went to America. So that was like a year ago.
Yeah, so I think the first 1 or 2 workshops I had...
You were a bit croaky.
A bit croaky and...
Croakies. You came good. It's just weird.
No, someone said they preferred my croaky voice. I thought it was sexy.
Ew.
What? I didn't say you. I said they thought. I don't want you thinking like that, you pervert.
So what other stuff? You said you bought some things. What new things have you bought?
I've got a new screen.
New screen.
Well, I had to get that. And even looking between these two now, 100% happy I got it.
It's matte.
It's matte, so I get no reflections. The reflections, when we're travelling, I travel with one of the monitors that we normally have here. It drove me up the wall last couple of shoots we did here, and then when I'm travelling, I thought, I'm over frigging...
It does make a big difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, it allows me to see. I don't have to bring frigging black walls behind me.
Yeah.
And the models be so much happier. Now they can take pictures without my little head in the background. I love doing it. I've done it a few times. I'll see the model taking a picture of the screen. They're allowed to, I don't care. But I like to try and get my face in the reflection. And they'll only notice it later on. I actually saw one posted and I could see my face on the screen. It's my little games.
You schmidiot. But no, it does make a big difference having the matte screen.
So I did that. I
You bought a new lens?
I bought a new lens, which is a 50 Summilux. I don't know the numbers. It's a famous number. Originally it was made in 1960 and then they remade it in 2006, I think. Can't remember. There's a set number to it, and it's that lens. I bought a close focus adapter for my L mount to M mount because I love my Nock Deluxe 50, but with a 1 meter minimum focus, it annoys me. By putting close focus adapter, I can pull it back to I think 0.5 meter. But once I get it back around about 700, it now looks like a medium format lens. It gives that beautiful medium format feel. With my Hasselblad dying, I spent a little bit more time on my Leica, because otherwise I would just grab the Hasselblad for about 1/3 of the shoots we did. I was using the Leica and actually have drifted more to the 50mm, and I have now found my settings to get that medium format feel on my 50mm. So I've worked out the f-stop that gives me that exact feel, that shots of you in the hallway, which nobody's seen yet.
Which ones?
In the last place in
Yep.
Camden. The ones on the floor there.
I posted one.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh yes, I did.
Yes.
I forgot I posted one. That's right, because we did
Inspire.
an Inspire on that. Yeah, that's right. That.
With no hedgehogs.
No hedgehogs. They lied to you. Have you given the rating yet?
I don't think so.
You've got to put in the comments.
I'm not putting it in the...
No, for the private, personal ones. Can't you put a comment?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I just put a comment. Really, really upset we never got to see your hedgehogs. Peter went out and bought a slingshot to shoot them. We could never find them.
But there was a wasp in my wine.
There was a wasp in your mind. But that saved you from having to go get your lips pumped. You end up with a big puffy baby.
I don't think we mentioned that.
The wasp face. No, because we... did we mention it when we first... The last one?
I don't think we did. Anyway,
we might
it's
have.
not that exciting. This is Peter and I were doing a shoot and we had the window. I was sitting on the window, so it's on Inspire, and with beautiful, nice sunny day, the only one day of sun they get in London, and the window opened and a wasp flew in and landed in my wine, and me not paying attention, just talking smack, went to take a sip, and all of a sudden I felt so that I was like, what is that? It's a freaking wasp. It didn't sting me though.
Its stinger was fully out. I think it was its stinger. Yeah, I think the stinger's come out the back.
Well, it's just its little leggies touched my lips, so it was very...
Leggies touched your lip.
It was terrifying. I was really scared. Yeah.
It would have been worse if it stung you.
I know.
It would have been...
It could have been really
That
bad.
could have been funny.
No, well...
It could have been. We could have done shoots.
Jared got stung on the tongue by a bee at a doof once.
We shouldn't be trying to lick bees.
No, he was
trying to
drinking...
lick the honey off them, was
No, because he was drinking a can of Jack Daniels, so you couldn't see in it, and he didn't realise the bee had floated in there, and he took a sip and it stung him on his tongue. And he's never been stung by a bee before, so we didn't know if he was going to be allergic. And thank God it was just on his tongue, and I had to pull thankfully someone had tweezers, I had to pull the stinger out of his tongue. Thankfully one of the girls at the
You're
camp...
not supposed to pull it out like that. Because when you scrab it, you squeeze poison in.
He was fine. One of the girls...
He was fine.
One of the girls...
You could have killed him.
One of the girls at the camp was a nurse, and she had like antihistamines and ibuprofen and stuff, so he was fine. Scary though.
So she had lots of drugs. She was at a dwarf. Yeah, we've got some LSD, we've got some mushrooms, we've got some... if you haven't heard, Mushroom Lady got found guilty.
Yes, in Australia.
In Australia, we still don't. Oh, she'll get life.
It's crazy.
They're not going to give her 1 year.
No.
Good, yes, she'll get life.
But
There's
yeah.
all this stuff I found out that couldn't be shown to the jurors, but then the news station showed the footage the juries weren't allowed to see.
That don't make sense.
Yeah, I know. There's a few things in life I don't like. News companies, they lie.
They lie.
I'm not a big fan of lawyers, judges, car salesmen, reporters. I like good models.
Good luck finding that.
And I know you keep telling AI because it's not anti-AI. It's just I've realised I actually am not a fan of AI.
Your AI didn't work before. Your grok.
Yeah, but I'm just not a fan. I thought about it. Joe Rogan's, one of his podcasts was really, really interesting. It was all about AI. And I was thinking about it carefully. So what am I using AI for? And as I went through, I'm manually focusing. I'm manually setting it. So I'm not using any of the AI autofocus and AI auto detect and all of that crap. All of my pictures are fully manual. When I go through all my settings, I'm not using AI to take out backgrounds, I'm not using AI to clean up skin. And because I'm redoing my web page at the moment, that was what was up before it'll open up in a minute. Hopefully, if I go turn the watch. No, it's not going to do it.
Wireless connection's too weak for the Apple. Oh, there you go.
Oh, I just did it on there. So doing this, I've gone back and I've started re-editing some of my old pictures, and some of them I can't believe how little editing I did. Like pretty much, so tiny you can hardly see the difference. And then others I've gone, hang on a minute, let's take it. Oh, that's how it was when I shot it. I started moving all my sliders and pulling my dodging and burning everything off. I got like 2/3 of it off and go, now it looks better.
But that's your skill. That's your whole thing, is that you're so good at lighting that you do the lighting so that you don't have to spend ages in Photoshop. Maybe
I think it's a bit that, but I think it's also sometimes in the early days I over photoshopped pictures, but my clients also wanted that. Even you want plastic fantastic. I'll never forget your face and Railroad's face when I said, I think I'm going to really not much Photoshop it. And then you both looked at me like, don't you dare. But you'd be surprised how much I have pulled back and you're not seeing it. So I was just thinking through all the stuff that's AI. I'd say the only thing that I'm using that has AI in it is the iPhone camera. But I'm not using it. Well, I am using it commercially.
Has AI in it?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh, lots of AI shit goes on in the background of that. That's why the pictures just look so good in bad lighting situations. That's why you want my phone and not have your phone, because your phone doesn't have the AI in it. No, it has, but that's going to suit the majority of the population up. And the photographers, they want to be able to go click and look like they have a professional picture. That's what AI is going to give you. But I'm seeing it more and more. And I think it's like vocal auto-tune. Like, once you know what that sound is, you can hear it everywhere. So now I tend to not like, as soon as I can hear it, I tend to not like the vocals anymore. I much prefer to hear something. I'd rather it drift out of than hear that thing kick in.
Yeah, I watched a There's this cringy child star, I guess. And now she's trying to become a musician. She's just done a absolutely terrible cover of Betty Davis Eyes. And
Is her name Taylor Swift?
and I saw a TikTok video, someone who does like a lot of music production grabbed it, and because people were like, oh, it's so auto-tuned, and then other people were like, what, I can't hear any auto-tune. So this girl grabbed it, stripped all of the music away, so it was just the vocals, put it into some program, and she's like, okay, here, see how when she's carrying this note, look at see how
Wave,
it's perfectly flat. No,
and the wave will start off wide and then narrow down. Yeah.
She's like, that's where the auto-tune is. And I was like, that's so interesting.
Like Fergie made it famous in Black Eyed Peas. Like that's where you could first really hear auto-tune, because she was so far out of tune. They had to work that machine pretty hard. But it became a sound.
Well, yeah, Charlie.
And some people use it as a sound, but it's now got to a stage where I don't enjoy a vocal that has that on for the whole time. I don't mind it going in as an effect, but I don't like it as it's just there for the whole song.
Well, Charlie XCX, who I put on quite a bit, she's a pop star, she's blown up at the moment. She pretty much only...
When she get bitten by a bee.
She only uses auto-tune, but she did an interview when someone questioned why it didn't. She said that... What did she say? I think she said that she was using it, like she was kind of sometimes using it when she was having like an off day, but that's just become her sound now, and it is just her sound. She does this like kind of 2000s-ish sounding pop, and it's just her sound. So she always uses auto-tune. I find it funny when she's doing a concert because it's got the auto-tune on the mic and she starts talking to the crowd, but it's auto-tune.
They're supposed to flick between that.
It's so funny.
See, a lot of people don't realise that I would say 90% of the acts that they see in any big stadium, so I say 100% of the acts, is a backing tracks. And all they are is singing to it. And they turn the mic right down low. It's still there, but they've already pre-said, hey, everyone. When they're going to say that, they either yell it into the mic straight on. So a really good singer will sing, and as they go loud, they pull their mic away to keep that same volume. What they do, they have it turned down, so now they can yell out in here. It becomes loud, so everyone join in, right? So they can get, they are really singing. But I understand, but I don't understand. But this is how it's allowed 90-year-old people in wheelchairs get up on stage and charge you a fortune to watch them play a record and mime to it.
Leave Ozzy Osbourne alone.
I wasn't picking on Ozzy Osbourne, but my God, I haven't heard any of the things, but I guarantee you there's no way his voice would sound like, say, Crazy Train.
I don't even know what Crazy Train is.
One of his famous songs.
Oh. I don't have a Black Sabbath t-shirt, so...
You don't have... Oh, thank God for that. Yeah, can you mention... As you can't say Crazy Train, can you mention one Black Sabbath song?
Paint It Black?
Paint It Black?
Is it?
That's Rolling Stones, I think you're thinking of. All right. There was 2 singers in Black Sabbath. Name them.
Ozzy Osbourne?
And... Oh, you don't even know.
It's Kelly Osbourne.
No.
Sharon Osbourne.
No, there's 2 different Black Sabbath
I don't know.
bands.
I've never listened to them.
Completely different sounds.
I don't know. I've never listened to them.
I wonder if they did get... I think it was Ronnie James Dio, was the singer for Black Sabbath for a while.
Oh, yeah. I saw in the...
Did he play?
Yeah, they had...
Oh, awesome. So they had... Because the modern guitarist in the last Black Sabbath, which was back to... No, it was Ozzy Osbourne band, not Black Sabbath. So Ozzy Osbourne's band, the guitarist from that was the guitarist on stage. A guy he has really long hair and he spits a lot. Yeah, he just... I should show you. I got a laser display of it live, and my God, he filled a bucket full of spit on stage.
It's disgusting.
Yuck. Great guitar, so.
That's disgusting, though.
Well, he was moist.
Gross.
Gross. Oh, you're playing with your hair. Yes.
What's our thumbnail going to be?
Our thumbnail?
Yes.
Oh, I know what thumbnail is. So now that you've reached the end, you're going to know, or should I do this at the end? Yes, I might do this at the end. So the thumbnail is going to be what I'm about to play now.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted.
So hope you enjoyed our third birthday show.
Yes, thank you for coming along.
Thank you for supporting us for all these years.
We appreciate you guys, and thanks for listening to us, and
We'll see you next week.